Imagine a world plunged into chaos. Rome, the heart of civilization, is bleeding. Its greatest leader, Julius Caesar, has just been assassinated, and the Republic is tearing itself apart. Political violence grips the streets, and ambitious generals are carving up the empire. Who could possibly rise from these ashes to restore order? Would you believe me if I told you it was a sickly, unassuming teenager? This is the story of Gaius Octavius, or Octavian, the young man who would become Augustus Caesar. When his great-uncle Julius Caesar was murdered, Octavian was just 18. He was studying abroad, far from the political turmoil. He was often ill and completely underestimated by the powerful. Men vying for control-seasoned generals like Mark Antony and the very senators who had killed Caesar, they saw a boy, not a threat. They couldn't have been more wrong. While others saw a vacuum of power, Octavian saw his destiny. He bravely returned to Rome, not as a victim, but as Caesar's rightful heir. He had no army, no political experience, and a name that carried as much danger as it did prestige. But he possessed something far more valuable, an iron will and a brilliant, strategic mind. He knew he couldn't win through brute force alone. He had to be smarter, faster, and more ruthless than his rivals. His journey was anything but easy. He faced betrayals, military defeats, and constant threats to his life. He formed an uneasy alliance with Mark Antony and Lepidus to hunt down Caesar's assassins, Brutus and Cassius. But this was a partnership of convenience, not friendship. Each victory was just a prelude to the next conflict. He learned from every mistake, turning every setback into fuel for his ambition. While his enemies fought for power, Octavian fought for a vision. He outmaneuvered Lepidus, forcing him into exile without a single battle. He then faced his greatest rival, Mark Antony, who had allied himself with Cleopatra, the Queen of Egypt. The clash between them wasn't just a power struggle. It was a battle for the soul of Rome. At the decisive naval Battle of Actium, Octavian's forces, led by his brilliant General Agrippa, crushed Antony and Cleopatra's fleet. With their defeat, the last remnants of the old republic crumbled, and the path was clear. But Octavian didn't declare himself a king or dictator. He was smarter than that. He understood that Romans cherished the idea of their republic. So, in a stroke of political genius, he restored the republic while subtly gathering all the real power for himself. The Senate, grateful for the end of decades of civil war, bestowed upon him the title Augustus, the revered one. The sickly teenager had become the first Roman emperor. As Augustus, his reign was not defined by war, but by peace. He initiated the Pax Romana, the Roman peace, a period of unprecedented stability and prosperity that lasted over 2 centuries. With his own rulemaking of the first 40 years, he wasn't just a conqueror, he was a builder. He reformed the tax system, established a standing army to secure the borders, created police and fire services for Rome, and launched massive construction projects. He famously boasted that he found Rome a city of bricks and left it a city of marble. It wasn't just building structures, he was rebuilding society. He promoted family values, revived religious traditions, and sponsored arts and literature, giving rise to poets like Virgil and Horace. He transformed a collapsing state into a thriving, unified empire that would stand for centuries. The story of Augustus is a powerful reminder that greatness isn't inherited, it's forged in the fires of adversity. It's about having the courage to step forward when everyone counts you out, the resilience to learn from your failures, and the wisdom to build a legacy that lasts far beyond your own lifetime. He proved that one person, driven by purpose and vision, can indeed change the world. If you enjoyed this journey into history, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more stories of the figures who shaped our world. Thanks for watching.